The autumn rain drummed against the windows of the Golden Leaf, an upscale bistro in downtown Portland that had become the talk of the city's culinary scene. Marcus Chen stood outside under an awning, adjusting his worn baseball cap and zipping up a second-hand jacket that had seen better days. He looked nothing like the man whose signature appeared on the restaurant's incorporation papers. 6 months ago, Marcus had opened this establishment after selling his tech startup for an amount that still made his accountant dizzy. But success had brought a problem he hadn't anticipated. He no longer knew who to trust. Friends from his old life treated him differently now. New acquaintances seemed to see only dollar signs. So tonight, Marcus had decided to do something unusual, visit his own restaurant in disguise, to see how his staff truly behaved when they thought no one important was watching. He pushed through the door, and a rush of warm air carrying the scent of roasted garlic and fresh bread greeted him. The dining room buzzed with Friday evening energy, couples leaning across candlelit tables, groups of friends celebrating, the gentle clink of wine glasses punctuating bursts of laughter. "Hi there. Just one tonight." A young woman approached him with a genuine smile that reached her eyes. Her name tag read, Ava Thompson. She was probably in her mid-20s, with her hair pulled back in a neat bun and an energy that suggested she genuinely enjoyed her work. "Yeah, just me," Marcus replied, keeping his voice casual. "Somewhere quiet if you have it. I've got the perfect spot." Ava led him to a corner booth, her movements efficient but unhurried. "First time here?" Marcus allowed himself a small smile. "You could say that." As she handed him the menu, he noticed her hands. They were slightly rough, the hands of someone who worked hard. There was a textbook peeking out from under her server's apron, something about organic chemistry. "Our special tonight is pan-seared salmon with a lemon dill reduction," Ava explained. "But honestly, everything's amazing. The chef really knows what he's doing." She said it with such pride, as if she had a personal stake in the restaurant's success. "I'll start with coffee," Marcus said, testing the waters. In his experience, how a server handled a simple coffee order told you everything about their approach to service. "Coming right up." He watched her move through the dining room, noting how she checked on other tables with the same attentiveness she'd shown him. No hierarchy of service here. The couple ordering the expensive wine tasting got the same warm attention as the college students splitting a pizza. When Ava returned with his coffee, Marcus noticed it was perfect, hot, aromatic, served with cream in a small pitcher rather than those plastic cups most places used. She set it down gently, then surprised him by lingering. "I hope this isn't weird," she said, her voice tentative, "but you look like you could use someone to talk to." "Rough day?" Marcus looked up sharply. In all his planning for this undercover visit, he hadn't expected genuine human concern. "What makes you say that?" Ava shrugged, a slight blush coloring her cheeks. "I don't know. I'm usually pretty good at reading people. You just seem heavy. Like you're carrying something." She immediately looked embarrassed. "Sorry, that's totally inappropriate. I'll give you a minute with the menu." "No, wait." Marcus found himself genuinely curious. "You're right, actually. But I'm more interested in you." "Student?" He nodded toward the textbook. Her face brightened. "Yeah, pre-med at Portland State. This job is helping me pay my way through. Well, this and 2 other jobs." She said it matter-of-factly, without self-pity. 3 jobs. Marcus felt something twist in his chest. That's a lot. It's worth it. My mom raised me and my 2 brothers on her own, working 3 jobs herself. She always said education was the only inheritance she could give us that nobody could take away. Ava's voice carried a fierce pride. "She passed 2 years ago, right before I started college. So I'm going to finish this, make her proud." Whatever it takes. Marcus studied her face, seeing determination mixed with grief still fresh enough to hurt. She'd be proud of you already, he said quietly. I hope so. Ava cleared her throat, professional mask sliding back into place. Anyway, what can I get you for dinner? Over the next hour, Marcus observed something remarkable. The restaurant was slammed, every table full, the kitchen clearly in the weeds, but Ava never lost her composure or her kindness. She handled a complaint about an overcooked steak with grace, actually apologizing and ensuring the customer got exactly what they wanted. She helped an elderly man, with shaking hands, cut his food without making him feel diminished. She split checks for a group of 8 without a single error, and throughout it all, she kept checking on Marcus, refilling his coffee, asking thoughtful questions about his meal. Not in a hovering way, but with genuine interest in whether he was enjoying himself. When she brought his check, Marcus noticed something. He'd ordered a modest meal, pasta, coffee, no alcohol, but the bill seemed low. Suspiciously low. Ava, he said slowly, examining the receipt. This doesn't look right. The pasta is listed at half price. She bit her lip, looking caught. Okay, so I maybe applied the staff discount to your meal. Don't tell my manager. She leaned in conspiratorially. You just seemed like you might be having a hard time, and I know how expensive this place can be. Consider it karma paying forward. Someone did the same for me once when I really needed it. Marcus felt his throat tighten. This young woman, working 3 jobs to afford school, living on ramen and determination, had just given away part of her own paycheck, because she thought he might need help. Ava, I need to tell you something. He pulled off his baseball cap, running a hand through his hair. I'm Marcus Chen. I own this restaurant. The color drained from her face. Oh my God. Oh my God, I am so fired. I'm so sorry. I know I shouldn't have done that, stop. Marcus held up his hand. You're not fired. The opposite, actually. Do you know why I came here tonight dressed like this? She shook her head mutely, still looking terrified. Because I wanted to see how my staff behaves when they think no one's watching. When there's no one to impress, no reward for good service beyond doing the right thing. He leaned forward, holding her gaze. And you, Ava, you showed me everything I hoped to see in someone who works here. You treated everyone with dignity, not just the big spenders, everyone. You helped that elderly gentleman. You stayed calm during a rush that would break most people. And then, when you thought I was struggling, you tried to help. At cost to yourself. I still broke the rules, she said quietly. You did. And we'll talk about proper protocols. Marcus smiled. But first, I want to offer you something. I've been looking for someone to train as an assistant manager. Someone who understands hospitality isn't just about food and service, it's about seeing people, really seeing them, and treating them with respect. Someone who leads by example and genuinely cares. Would you be interested? Ava's eyes went wide. Are you serious? But I'm just a server. I've only been here 3 months. You're not just anything. You're exactly what this place needs. Marcus pulled out a business card, writing on the back. This is my direct number. The position comes with a significant raise, flexible hours for your classes, and full benefits including tuition assistance. If you're interested, call me Monday morning. He watched her stare at the card, tears suddenly streaming down her face. I don't understand. Why would you do this? Marcus thought about his journey, from broke startup founder sleeping on friends' couches to millionaire, who could buy anything except what mattered most, genuine human connection. Because 3 words you said earlier reminded me why I started this restaurant in the first place. 3 words. You seem heavy. Marcus's voice grew thick with emotion. In a room full of people trying to impress me or get something from me, you were the only one who just saw a person who might need kindness. That's rare, Ava. That's worth more than any business degree or years of experience. He stood, leaving enough cash to cover the bill 3 times over plus a substantial tip. Thank you for reminding me that there are still people who lead with their hearts. Don't lose that, no matter what happens in life. As Marcus walked toward the exit, he heard Ava call out, her voice breaking, Mr. Chen. He turned back. She was clutching the card to her chest, tears still falling, but her smile was incandescent. Thank you for seeing me too. 3 months later, Marcus sat in his office reviewing quarterly reports. The restaurant was thriving beyond projections. But the numbers weren't what made him smile. It was the note clipped to the front of the report. It was from Ava, now assistant manager, and studying for her MCAT while revolutionizing the restaurant's training program. She'd implemented a system where every new hire spent their first week learning that every customer deserved respect, regardless of appearance or order size. Staff turnover had dropped to nearly 0. Customer satisfaction scores had never been higher. The note was simple. Thank you for teaching me that success isn't just about working hard, it's about lifting others while you climb. My mom would have liked you. Marcus folded the note carefully, tucking it into his wallet where he kept a photo of his own mother, a housekeeper who'd worked multiple jobs to raise him, who taught him that how you treat people when you have nothing to gain reveals everything about who you really are. He thought about that rainy night when he'd walked into his own restaurant pretending to be someone else, only to discover that the most valuable thing in the building wasn't the expensive equipment or prime location, it was a young woman who saw a stranger's burden and tried to lighten it, even at personal cost. Some people measured success in dollars and assets. Marcus had learned something more important. Success was finding people who still believed in kindness as a radical act, and giving them the chance to change the world, one small grace at a time.